Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to start out with the Aether Current quests we unlocked last time in Rukupacha or whatever it's called. And then we will go ahead and start off with the second of the split quest lines with the bird people. I don't remember exactly what their name are. They're like a more colorful version of the Hahnuhanu. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. The first of the quest we're going to do is right down here at Nopli. What have you got for us, Nopli? Let me fix my camera real quick. A crisis of corruption. Nopli is rubbing his hands together. Well, I mean, just like every other Pelu Pelu. Hey, I recognize you. You're brilliant, yes? I've heard about you. Companion to the Third Promise, a most dependable individual. The name's Nopli, and I'll have you know I'm a merchant blessed by fortune, if I do say so myself. Indeed, I believe our meeting today is no chance encounter, but the hands of fate guiding us for one singular purpose, the exchange of individual items at an unbelievable price. If I could direct your attention over here for just a moment. Feast your eyes on these, crates of exceedingly rare and precious corrupted crystals. Beautiful, aren't they? They were extracted from remote regions of Eorzea, and shine of brilliant orange hue, quite unlike your run-of-the-mill crystals, no? For you, I'm willing to offer them for the low price of 1 pel, in the millions column. It's nigh highway robbery at this valuation, but anything for a friend of the Third Promise. Yeah, somehow I get the feeling I probably shouldn't take this deal. Besides, I'm not Estinian or the Third Promise anyway. Sorry, I clearly misheard you. It almost sounded like you said 1 million. They're not worth even a fraction of that price. Well, for such a low price, I'd be fooled to refuse. No, they're not worth that much. What do you mean? Considering how much it set me back to purchase them, the price I'm offering should be perfectly reasonable. Strange. There are precious crystals, are they not? Yeah, well, that's the thing. I get the feeling you got scammed, bro. Just to be certain, these crystals are considered priceless treasures in Eorzea, right? No. Let me see if I'm getting this right. Not only are corrupted crystals commonplace across the salt, but they're also highly volatile. Yeah, they're gonna blow up on you, bro. And in the past, you once used such crystals together with an elemental converter to do battle with powerful entities you call primals. Yep. What's more, you kept them in a warded container at all times to protect against their deleterious effects. Yes, and that means you should probably get away from them. All of which is to say, no practical use for such crystals has been discovered, meaning no one with a sense would ever bother to mine them? Yep, pretty much. The peddler who sold the crystals to me never mentioned a word of this. He claimed they're extremely rare in Eorzea, which is why I decided to purchase them in the first place, even at the exorbitant price he offered. Naturally, I believed him. Well, you don't sound like a very good businessman. Having never seen crystals of their like, could you blame me? But if they really have no use... Have I, Nopli the Lucky, been swindled? Yep. Well, at the very least, I was able to learn about the crystal's true nature before selling them to some poor soul. Fortune hasn't abandoned me completely yet. At any rate, I'd like to verify whether these crystals truly hold no value. Would you be willing to help me look into this, Brillian? I need someone I can trust, and that you'd be willing to share the truth with me says a lot. No need to answer right away. Give it some thought. If you've no interest, you're free to be on your way. If you decide to assist me, however, I'll be here waiting. Is that gonna be the entire quest? Okay, good. That wouldn't make sense. I hadn't even accepted it yet. Okay, Nobly. I mean, I guess I could try and help you. You're willing to help me then? Wonderful. You truly are a kind-hearted soul. Yeah, I definitely don't just want the Aether Current. Now, before I go and confront the merchant who sold me these crystals, I'd like to look into the potential uses for them in Tyrol. For instance, crystals are in high demand among Tyroli mages, who make extensive use of them in their rituals. And I just so happen to know a spellcaster among the distillery's guard. I'd like you to speak with them about the corrupted crystals and gauge their interest in purchasing them. In the meantime, I will see about procuring a container to ward off the crystal's harmful effects. Per your explanation, preparing an elemental converter with my skill is likely impossible, but finding the requisite materials for warding vessels should be well within my abilities. The mage you are looking for is an individual of the Booniwa tribe. If you happen upon someone wielding a staff, chances are you found them. Alright, let's go and try and find this guy. Maybe he'll actually have a use for these crystals. Let's see. Sword-wielding guard? Well, that doesn't seem like the right guy. Huh? I don't know the first thing about crystals. I'm not an artisan nor a mage. So why did it tell me to... Oh, okay. There we go. It's probably not the bow-wearing guard. And... oh, there's a staff-bearing guard. That's probably who we're looking for. Intriguing. I never heard of these corrupted crystals. As a practitioner of the arcane arts, I'll not deny they pique my curiosity. But I'm afraid I have no interest in purchasing them. If they're as volatile as you say, there's little to be done with the crystals whose nature can change on a whim. Well, doesn't look like there's any hope for him. Also looks like that's the entirety of the quest. That's one thing I kinda don't like about the way they changed them for Endwalker. Because previously, when Shadowbringers and before, and in the expansions before, you had to do several quests to get the Aether Current quest. Now, of course, I'm more than happy to only have to do one quest to get the Aether Current, but it kind of feels bad to just leave these quest lines hanging, because like there's sometimes where, like with the Lawbrit quests, where you end up needing to do the rest of the quest line in order to unlock the tribal quests, but most of these Aether Current quest lines, you just kind of leave them hanging unless you want to go back and do all the side quests for the area, which I usually don't do. It's the kind of thing that I do if I, like, didn't have anything else to do. But anyway, we're done. Looks like this is going to be the end for this Nopely for now. Wonder if this is we'll continue this quest line to do, I assume the Hahnuhanu, not Hahnuhanu, Pelu are going to be one of the tribes eventually. Anyway. So even the mage was not interested. Nevertheless, I thank you for speaking with them on my behalf. It seems you were right. These crystals really are worthless. I may be unable to make back what I've lost, but there's still one thing I can do. Brilliant. I wish to stop that pernicious... Is it pernicious? Yeah, I think it's pernicious peddler from continuing his crooked ways. Will you help me? Maybe eventually. What a relief. Allow me to offer you a small token of my thanks. How did you have an Aether Current in your pocket? That seems a little dangerous. When you have a moment to spare, please come see me again. We must stop him before he has a chance to swindle anyone else. I don't know how you had an Aether Current in your pocket, but I'll just go with it. Alright, the second Aether Current quest is right out here at this flustered merchant. Looks like he may have had some altercations on the road with his wagon. A traveler to the rescue. The flustered merchant appears desperate for help. Oh, thank goodness! A capable-looking traveler. Please, I need your help. My caravan was attacked by beasts. I had a bodyguard, a young Mamul-Jaw mercenary, but he could barely fend for himself, let alone me. He somehow managed to throw me over his shoulder and carry me all the way here. But no sooner did my feet touch the ground than he ran back into the jaws of death. Damned if I can't figure out why. Injured as he was, I don't like his chances. Please, I beg you, go to Chabe Ukik and save him. I guess I can. I mean, if you're gonna hand me the Aether Current in your pocket, then I guess I'm more than happy to help. Now, where are we headed? Looks like I can take a little shortcut here and head on up here. Sir, I'm busy. Ah, there's the purple circle of death. Hopefully there isn't much death around there, though. Young mercenary getting wrecked. Oops, I gotta remember how to actually play this class again. There we go. You okay, young mercenary? I can hardly believe my eyes. You felled those bloodthirsty beasts with such ease. Well, yeah, it's kind of my job. You know, killing things, I'm really good at it. Ah, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Thank you for saving me. As a mercenary for hire, I'm ashamed such a help was even necessary. So the merchant sent you, did she? The attack on the caravan saw her wares scattered all over. I figured the least I could do was retrieve as much as I could. Thank you for your timely rescue. I can still do just that. No need to stay with me, friend. Go and let her know that I'm safe. I'll grab what I can and be along shortly. Alright, looks like he's alright, and this quest looks like it might wrap up here. So yeah, I think I'm probably right about the... Eventually, if they do the Pelu Pelu as a tribe, which I'm pretty sure they will, then we'll probably need to continue that other quest line at some point. But I'm probably not going to end up doing it until the tribe is actually available. Anyway, Flustered Merchant, we took care of the mercenary. He looks like he's alright, or at least he'll be alright. Oh, I'm so relieved to hear he's safe. The Momolja take considerable pride in their trade as mercenaries, but that young man seemed to have a particular acute sense of responsibility. I've heard tell that some Momolja travel across the salt to make a name for themselves. As a preliminary step to that, it seems many young hopefuls gather experience here in Tyrol as mercenaries and bodyguards to sharpen their skills. That said, earnest as he is, the young male failed to protect my caravan. We will have to discuss a form of compensation for my losses. Heartless merchants. I'm not heartless, however. I just called you heartless. Can you hear me? What? I'm not heartless, however. He saved my life and risked his own to reclaim my wares. There is much to consider. For now, however, treating his wounds must come first. Yep, I don't know how you're fitting an Aether Current in your pocket, but... Well, that's all for the Aether Current quests for this area so far. Right, there's no more... Yeah, that's all we have. Okay, I'm going to teleport back to Tuliol, and then I'll head on over to the... where we start the second quest line. Or, the second split quest line. Okay, there's a mini aetherite right next to it, so I'll just teleport with that. Yeah, Hahnuhanu, that's what they're called. I don't remember if we talked to everyone here, so I'll just go ahead and talk to everyone before we talk to the helpful Hanu. Come on, Brilliant. Let's see what's waiting for us in the next village. Oklamat would have struggled to complete these feats alone. Bringing you together was the correct choice, it seems. With one keystone already in hand, we've made an auspicious start to the contest. Hopefully, our next attempt is equally successful. The rulers of the contest seem clear enough now. The scenes from the saga point us in the direction of the electors, and the electors award us keystones for performing their feats. Simple. All these are generic enough that they could be done after either one of these quest lines. Without knowing how far the other claimants have progressed, taking anything other than a brief rest is out of the question. Alice, I don't think you would take a rest even if we told you to. You know, just like me. Anyway, let's go and talk to the helpful Hanu. To Kozama'uka. The helpful Hanu is waiting to answer your questions. I've been quite content waiting here, dining on the third promise's coin. but it seems you're ready to ask your questions now. So, what is it you'd like to know? Yeah, how do you get your feathers to look like that? Brilliant! You don't just ask how you get someone's feathers like that. The route to Hahnuhanu. We go south through the Arc of the Dawn, then follow the road that runs alongside Kozama'uka River. Is that right? It is. Be warned, however. My brethren tell me the recent storm has rendered the path even muddier than usual. That's right. We needed to get on alternative directions to be able to get into this area, and that was the reason that the Hahnu was supposed to be able to help us with that. The footing is quite poor in some parts. Far worse was the destruction visited upon our homes, though. Houses were torn apart and several people injured, if not killed. Even our beloved festival is in danger of being called off this year. Oh no, we can't stop the party because of some weather. If you do still plan on going, I must urge you to proceed with caution. We'll be sure to watch our footing. Thank you. Now I'm worried for the Hahnu. It sounds like they were hit hard by the storm. Anyway, if we're bound to Kozama'uka, we should head over to the arch. Alright, is this the arch? Yeah, this is the arch. When I was heading back to Urukupacha, I accidentally went over to the arch thinking that that's where I needed to go. Well, let's go ahead and teleport to the inn over here so that we can get a little bit closer. And I believe they weren't, when I actually tried to go out here, they didn't let me out. It was kind of like the guard in Majora's Mask just blocking your way. Because like you can see the dots there for the zone change, but if you try and walk through and nothing happened, it just blocks you. And then if you talk to the guy, he wasn't gonna let me out. The Hahnuhanu are friendly folk who should welcome us with open arms. Assuming they're not too preoccupied with the recent troubles, that is. I guess we can probably help them with the recent troubles. Through this gate, we'll be on our way to Kozama'uka. I should have liked to observe the festival, but the Hahnu are probably not in the mood to celebrate. Well, that's probably true. I swear that gate gets bigger every time I see it. Considering the size of Golul Jaja, though, I suppose it's better than having it be too small. Are we all ready to leave? Yep, sounds good to me. Then onward to Kozama'uka. Open the way. No. Oh, I thought it was gonna be like, no. That would have been funny. It's gonna be a cutscene? For the opening of the new zone? Probably.
Kozama'uka, the land of rainbow terraces. It commands the gaze of all who visit without fail. The many-colored marvel.
Is it supposed to be raining or is that just bad luck?
An endless torrent of water cascades over sheer cliffs to shape the wetlands below.
It's probably bad
its
luck.
Relentless flow, all life must yield. Together with Wuklamat, we proceeded along the marshy trail, a road upon which the Dawn Servant and his comrades once traveled.
Kozama'uka. Yeah, I think it's just bad luck to get the rain.
Look at those falls. Even from this distance, you can feel the weight of that water.
No, Elsa, I think that's the rain.
The Isle of Ham was impressive, but as you can see, Tulihiola does not want for natural wonders.
The ground is swampy, so watch your step. You wouldn't want to fall into a bog.
Yeah, that'd be really funny. Wokelmod, be my guest.
I told you I've been here before.
Yeah, Wokelmod, I think that's exactly what you're gonna do.
Come on. Hahnuhanu isn't much farther.
Oops, got my hands on the wrong keys. I'd love to stand at the bottom of those huge waterfalls and bask in the majesty of it all. Pity they're so far away, else I think you'd literally die. Wetlands is an apt name. Much of the ground here is positively saturated. Yeah, it's also like pouring rain. Again, I don't know if that's just bad luck or if it's always raining here. I don't think it would be a good idea to make a zone that's always raining, though. It also would make it pretty boring for fishing. There's no stopping the third promise, is there? A good thing she has Erinville to keep her from getting lost. Oh, that's good. For all his grumbling, he's certainly there for her. Everyone should be so lucky to have such a loyal childhood friend. I'm sorry, Erinville. Right, let's get moving. If we continue along this road, we should find ourselves in the village before long. Alright, let's mount up and head on over to the village. Let's see. Hahnuhanu. Oh, right, duh. They're the Hahnuhanu. Of course, that's what the village is going to be called. Talk to everyone. The water from the falls must flood the wetlands and flow into all these streams and rivers. Assuming we have the right idea, one of the Dawn Servant electors should be here somewhere. So this is the Hahnuhanu village. One can tell at a glance how very different the culture is to the Vanus. Oh, ow! Stupid, distracting waterfalls. Ah, everyone has arrived. None the worse for wear, except for a certain third promise who slipped in the mud despite all my explicit warnings. Hey, I asked you not to say anything, Wokelmod. Did you really think he wasn't going to say anything? Anyway, this is the Hahnuhanu village I was telling you about. Hahnuhanu. Yeah, Wokelmod, I don't know why you expected him to not say anything. I agreed to serve as a guide, not a nursemaid. Wokelmod. I mean, Erinville, that's a bit mean. A festive people. Wokelmod wishes to seek out the Dawn Servant's elector. It's like our friend said, the people are in no mood for festivities. I can only assume they are still recovering from the damage wrought by the storm. Indeed. Well, let's do what we came to do, and find this elector. Oh, they're gonna have their own dance too, aren't they? Oko Kylie. Oh, who? What now? It's a Hanu greeting. Surely you heard it the last time you were here. Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that. Like, Wokelmod, you've definitely been here before, right? Well, I was busy enjoying the festival. Greetings to the third promise and her entourage. I, Zanu Hali, welcome you to Hahnuhanu. As elder of my people, I shall also be fulfilling the duties of elector during the rite of succession. I'm ready. Give me the feat and test my worth. All in good time, all in good time. In fact, I came to let you know that we are not quite ready to begin. I mean, it kind of makes sense. If they're delaying the festival, they're probably going to be delaying the test. Also, it looks like the sun is coming out, so now we can get rid of this rain. For the moment, please enjoy the hospitality of our village. Right then, it helped to do some investigating in Wakopelu. I wonder if that changes. I mean, obviously, if you do this one first, you wouldn't have been here. So obviously, this dialogue changes depending on which one of the quests that you did the first time, or which one of these quests you did first. So let's take a look around here as well. Might I suggest a division of forces? For instance, Erinville, Alizé, and Kryl could concentrate on the southern half of the settlement. Meanwhile, Woklamat, Brilliant, and myself will handle the northern half. Sounds good to me. Alright, now let me go ahead and quickly attune to the 8th rite so I don't forget. Okay, let's go ahead and attune so I don't forget. Because I have forgotten before. There we go. Let's check out this. Check out this part. See, there's a vantage point and it's a spirit Hahnuhanu. Check the vantage point first. Actually, there's Book of the Mott there. I'm going to talk to her first. I assume that I can find at least Alpha Node. This is even worse than I expected. I mean, I don't see what's bad about it, but okay. I'm sure it's supposed to be where they got like washed up or muddy or something. Wait, who am I calling washed up? Oh, okay. I didn't even see that. Or was it not even there? I'll look at the footage again at some point. The gaping hole in the wall and missing portion of the roof are clearly the work of the storm's powerful winds. Repairs to be ongoing. Alright, let's talk to the Dispirited Hahnu. Or Dispirited. You heard about the storm. I've never seen the likes of it before. With the supplies and the help the Dawn Servant sent, we're making progress repairing and rebuilding our homes. But while roofs and walls can be patched, there's so much else that was lost for good. Oh, that's not good. Apparently we gotta talk to Wook of the Mott now. Yeah, I didn't even see that. I don't know how. I guess I just looked. I guess I just didn't look high enough. I only went up to here and didn't look all the way up. A lot of houses are still damaged, and the Hahnu I've spoken to are not their usual cheery selves. That storm broke more than wood and reeds. There must be something I can do to help them. I'm going to look around a bit more. Alright, let's see if Alpha Node is around here somewhere. Also, I need to remember to check for Aether Currents. To the west. I mean, we'll head there eventually. Let's see, there's a thing there, and... Where's the other thing? Also, I don't see Alpha Node at all. I see the other thing there, but where is Alpha Node? Do we see? I don't see him anywhere, so let's look at this here. Bundled reeds. The dry and shrunken bundles suggest the reeds were harvested some time ago. Interesting. Let's see if Alpha Node's around here. He's supposed to be taking on the northern area, so I'd expect him to maybe be around here, maybe? Oh, there he is. He's right here. Okay. Some manner of boat. Gee, I don't know what made you think. Maybe it's because it's a boat of woven reeds. Woven from reeds, this boat-like vessel is reminiscent of a bird. I wonder why. The beak and feathered tail in particular stand out. Right, Alpha Node? It's definitely a boat and a bird. This boat must be woven from the same reeds I've seen gathered into bundles here and there. The plants hold both practical and cultural significance for the Hahnu. Then... Oh, phone call. Who's interrupting my dialogue? Hello, can you all hear me? Oh great, a group chat. I'm told they're ready to receive us now. Come to the large building in the south of the village. On my way. We ought to hurry over too. All right, this is gonna be a there's probably gonna be a voice cutscene. Oh, that's right. Of course, we meet the second promise.
No sign of Zorolja or that oversized lout.
How much easier it would be if Soralja were to fail here. But that isn't likely to happen.
Honored guests, I am Zanuhali, elder of the Hanu.
This is the voice I expected.
I am also an elector, charged with judging which among you is worthy of ascending the throne. Without further ado, let us talk of the feat.
Not so fast. Surely you couldn't begin without us.
You made it after all.
Yeah. That's the reaction I had.
No need to fuss. There is no time limit for this challenge. Now, if you would allow me to proceed. It is here, in Okanu, where my people forged a bond with the Dawn Servant during our own chapter of the Tuli Yolal saga. In homage to those events, I have prepared for you the Feat of Reeds.
So, real quick. So obviously, the first promise is going to try and brute force this. The second promise is going to try and introduce them to some better technology. But because, like Alphanode said, they hold a cultural significance with like the boats and the bird designs and stuff. So they're not going to like his solution because he's going to say, here, take these steam-powered boats or whatever. And then Booklemot's the only one that's actually going to be trying to, like, fix their stuff. And, like, listen to them. Anyway, that's my prediction for how this is going to go down.
Reeds seem to be of great importance to the Hahnu. I wonder what this feat entails.
We use reeds in every part of our lives, be it as food or weaving material. But look around the nearby paddies, and you will see that this season, our crops are failing. How fortunate, then, that my appointment to Elector coincided with this predicament. For surely, those who aspire to be Dawn Servant would find the matter of an ailing harvest a mere trifle to resolve.
Aye, well, it is indeed the duty of a ruler to address the people's woes.
Exactly. Do well in this, and you will earn my keystone.
Why bother mucking about in the mud when we can take the stone by force?
Bro.
Oh, mercy me! You are a hot-headed fellow, Bakul Jaja.
That defeats the whole purpose of the test.
Some electors may enjoy going toe-to-toe with scrappers like you, but I refuse to entertain your base instincts. Arrangements have been made. Should you attempt to engage a feat giver in combat without their consent, word of your immediate disqualification will be sent to the palace.
Yeah, the father thought of
If you're still
that.
feeling feisty, then by all means, draw your weapon.
Yeah, I was pretty sure somebody would think of that.
This contest is presided over by cowards. There's no sport in fighting you.
Trying to maintain your pride.
Then we can return to the business of earning my keystone. The feat of reeds is begun. Claimants, I wish you the best of luck.
Except you, big idiot.
The clever kitty crossed the seas to study foreign novelties. He might know tricks we don't. Tricks we can use.
Might? How about probably
What
does?
of Little Miss Mittens?
Mittens?
You know the answer to that. Compared to the first and second promise, she's a distant third. Not even in the running.
Then we see eye to eye on this, brother. Being Bakul Jaja so long with me has rubbed off on you. These allies of hers, though, they might be a problem.
Well, at least he knows that.
Damn it! I'm just as qualified to be here as they are. I'll show them.
Easy now. There's no time limit, remember? Let's keep calm and think things through.
Right. You're right. I won't win against that lumbering Vidrol by losing my head.
Oh, right. Or stupid first promise being annoying. Second promise, he like if he became Dawn Servant, it like wouldn't be end of the world, but like he's still gonna like mess up the cultures and stuff, which a lot of people aren't going to like. Anyway, let me check what quest we're on. That was something about festivals, I think. Festive people, I think. Yeah, that was the second quest. Let's go ahead and get started with the third. Well, let's go ahead and talk to everyone, and then we'll get started with the third one. I understand not wanting to fall behind, but rushing ahead risks playing into your opponent's hands. Let's not do anything reckless and think matters through. Maybe you should be talking to Alize when you say that. This kind of feat is tailor-made for a rational, educated scholar, like Koana. Yeah, I'd say he's probably got a pretty good chance on this stuff. Not that I intended to gratify him with a response, but Bakul Jaja's provocations are hard to ignore. What if he just happened to have a special, mysterious accident? So the Hahnuhanu also eat reeds? Yet another way in which they differ from the Vanu. Alfano, are you going to be doing that this whole time? Like with the firewood joke? Like they did a slightly different version of the firewood joke in the last part, I think. I forgot exactly what it was. Anyway, let's talk to Woklamat and start the next quest. The Feat of Reeds. Woklamat is eager to help solve the Hahnuhanu's woes. I don't know the first thing about farming, but if there's a way to save the harvest and help the Hanu, then we're going to find it. I'll make Bakul Jaja eat his words. Underestimating the nature of the problem will be the key to solving it. Oh, wait, no, not underestimating. Understanding the nature of the problem will be the key to solving it. We need to examine the reeds themselves, and then deduce the cause of their poor condition. Erinville, will you take us to the fields where the reeds are grown? Of course. Follow me. Alright, time to return to the reed fields. Better than the rice fields. Okay, let me just double check the Aether Compass. Northeast. Okay, we'll probably get that while we're out here. And here are the reed fields. Let's talk to everyone. And there I thought these feats would be us battling dire fiends or similar. Agriculture is far thornier problem. Alize, a leader can't just fight everything. I mean, look at the first promise. We certainly don't want him as the leader. I see. They irrigate the fields by diverting the water from the neighboring river. Just unlikely the reeds ever dry out. Are they going to be overwatered this time? Or is it just going to be like flooded? I guess flooded would probably be a better word for it. I know she wants to do her best, but she should be careful not to make promises she cannot keep. Look at these fields. Why, this could be a painting. I bet they made a painting of this that you can put in your house. Or at least they will. You can all stand back. I'll get to the bottom of this problem in no time. Wooklamont, I know I misread understanding as underestimating, but I think you might be underestimating this problem. Give me strength. I'm sorry, Erinville. You have the best chance of controlling her out of all of us. Let's all of us scour the fields and help our bold leader identify anything unusual. Not useful. I mean, yeah, we want to identify stuff that's useful, but he said unusual. Also, this music is fun. Alright, let's head out to the reed fields. Looks like there's some wilted reeds here. Let's see if we can find anything out by examining them. As Zunu Holly described, the reeds appear to be wilted and unhealthy. Let's check on this next one here. A paddy water. The water contains no obvious contaminants. It looks fresh and clear at a cursory glance. Okay, then what's the issue? What about this paddy mud? See if we can get anything from this. The soil in the paddies is, as one would expect, rich in color and suitably moist. Not dry nor flaky. Well, I mean, it's kind of like underwater, so I'd hope so. And a lethargic frog. Is this gonna be like Alatoad and Alpha Toad? A small frog catches your eye, strangely lackadaisical. It doesn't even bother to hop when it eventually scurries away. Scurry. What's this frog have? Maybe they've got some sort of disease? Let's see, there's Alize. Let's talk to her. And Alpha Node. And then there's Erinville over there. Oh, a water strider. A bit sluggish though. More of a water shambler. Not to miss with the paddies themselves as far as I can tell. Maybe it's the water coming in from the lake? I mean, it looks pretty dirty to me, to be honest. Any luck? Nope, not yet. Let's see if Kryl has any ideas. Not very helpful, Kryl. Anyway, Wooklamont, I think you should check out the water from the river. Seen enough. I'll call everyone together and we can share our discoveries. Well, what do we think? Any obvious problems? I agree. The water looks to be good quality, as does the mud in which the reeds have been planted. The frogs and insects are unusually torpid. Erinville, I know Urianger isn't here, but you need to make sure not to use those big words either. This suggests the problem is affecting not only the reeds, but also the creatures which live among them. Could something invisible to the naked eye be polluting the water, which is what I said before, even though you just said that the water is good quality? You would need an alchemist to know for sure. I don't have much to add about the fields, but something else occurs to me. When you were describing how the creatures seemed lifeless, I couldn't help but be reminded of all the listless villagers. Interesting. They've suffered a terrible tragedy, I know, but there's another reason for their flagging spirits, I believe. Go on. The festival! This is traditionally an occasion for celebration and renewal, so without it, the Hahnu are struggling even more to recover. Okay, so how does that affect the reeds? The last time I visited, the village was in the middle of the festivities. You'll never see a Hahnuhanu more joyful and alive. It's an indispensable part of their culture, and its absence will only compound their woes. So I say we help them put on their festival, give them a reason to cheer in these sad times. Who knows? Maybe fixing one problem could lead us to a solution for the other. Stranger things have happened, well, that's for sure. I don't know about that, and we'll just go with the first one. I don't think it's a bad idea, but I think we should still investigate the water. Right? I fail to see the relation between festivals and fields. Let's not be too hasty in dismissing the idea. Things which seem unrelated can later prove to be connected in surprising ways. True, and being bereft of ideas as we are, any proposal is worth entertaining. I suppose. Aaronville, are you gonna be a party pooper? Besides, this is Woklamat's journey. It's only right that we follow her lead. That does not sound like a good idea, Alize. Thanks, everyone. By the way, does anyone know where the festival float is? It's like a boat woven from reeds that looks like a bird. Oh yeah, Hahnuhanu and I saw that. In that big building to the north. Let's go see it. Alright, Airville, what are you thinking about? There's much less debate when I'm traveling alone. Well, I can understand that, Aaronville, but we probably should, like, it's probably good to have some debate, because we don't all know the answers ourselves. Alright, I'll go ahead and teleport, just to save a tiny bit of time. Look at the size of that thing! I hope they don't expect me to help carry it. No, Alize. Even though you're the one that volunteers to carry way too many boxes. The handles gave me a pause before, but now I understand their purpose. Ah, because it's a float, it's not an actual boat. That's right. What a charming float. I wonder what bird was the inspiration for its design. I wonder. Actually, I'm not quite, I mean, it doesn't really look like a Vanu. Or a Hahnu. I'm gonna keep on saying the wrong consonant every single time. I've never been here during festival season, so this is all new to me too. Yes, this is the float I remember. Does it not appear somewhat damaged to you? We should take a closer look. Inspect the festival float, you may move the camera, look around. Yeah, so we gotta find where the parts that are broken. Or not quite right, maybe. I mean, the eye, we're missing one of the green eyes there. That's my first guess. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Oh dear, one of the word's eyes seems to be missing a gemstone. Apparently there's two other things that are wrong. Let's see. I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, the feathers are messed up here. These tail feathers have seen better days. I swear the color were a lot brighter the last time I saw them. Are they using the same float every time? Well, I guess that's kind of how it works, right? And then, oh yeah, that's actually snapped off. I didn't even notice that. Oh, that's definitely broken. How will they lift the great big vessel without all the carrying poles intact? Well, I think we can all agree this bird boat is in dire need of repairs. Now, how do we go about fixing it? Probably get their permission first. What is going on here? We were admiring your festival float. It is a shame it's in such poor state, due to the recent storm, I gather. Yes, we had to leave it exposed while we ushered the people to safety. With the float in this condition, there can be no lifting of wings, no ilhana. Is that... yeah, that's Hana or something like that. Hana! That's what the festival was called. I want to help you hold it. Have you not seen our village? Homes are ruined. We're struggling to make repairs. And you want us to hold a harvest festival? I know how it sounds, but giving in to misery never improved anyone's situation. A celebration of life and growth may help give you the strength to work through his tragedy. The role of festival leader is mine this year, and there's nothing I would like more than to lift everyone's spirits. But we don't even have enough materials to repair the float. We need a baki iksa for the missing eye, uyopo wood for the poles, and feathers from the winds chosen to adorn the tail. Oh, sounds like three side quests. 2 of these I know. Aboxia is a type of precious stone used in arcane equipment, and uipo wood is essential for crafting ceremonial instruments. These chosen feathers, however... The winds chosen is the victor of a competition in which the contestants see who can blow a feather the furthest using wind magics. And that's something of a problem right now. We Hahnuhanu are gifted at employing such airy sorceries, but expend a great deal of mana when doing so. We are soon exhausted by the effort, and having no reeds to eat will only make it harder. Interesting, okay. I think I understand. Your vibrant reeds grow quickly and vigorously. So much so that they stifle the development of nearby plants. They must be a potent source of the energies you naturally lack. They are indeed. Owing to the poor harvest this year, we've been left enervated. And if we cannot gather the correct materials as dictated by custom, we cannot repair the festival float. Oddly enough, we may have just stumbled upon our solution. The winds chosen would, by necessity, have the natural gift for manipulating magical energies, which means any feather taken from the victor should be high in ethereal conductivity. The float's construction also requires stone used in arcane equipment, as well as timber favored by ceremonial tools. The demand for such specific materials must have an underlying reason. Oh, it's a harvest festival. The float might also function as an arcane device. Yeah, okay, that's it. I wager the float is actually a secret weapon for smithing. Oh no. Pray continue alpha. No, it's because it helps with the harvests and the growth. Precisely what I was thinking. This boat of reeds is in fact an arcane focus of some kind. A focus? For what? Oh! Ihana is a harvest festival, isn't it? There, that's what I just said. That must mean the float was made to encourage healthy crops. So if we repair the boat and hold the festival, its arcane powers might fix what's wrong with the reeds. Don't we have a chicken and egg situation on our hands, though, where we need the reeds in order to fix the float so that the reeds will grow better? We won't know until we try, but 'tis a sound theory. Celebration, prayer, ritual ceremonies, these have all been known to elicit miraculous effects. Well, that's for sure, like summoning primals. Wait. The float a tool for magic? That's the first I'm hearing of it. In the beginning, it may well not have been. After a good harvest year, there would be no reason to change it. But when the harvest was poor, no adornments were likely added, and those who performed the labor may have imbued their work with ardent hopes for a brighter future. Through the years of trial and error, the Hahnu would have refined their festival floats in a focus for harvest prayers. Incredible! I know you're practically fainting from hunger, but reviving Ihana really does sound like the solution to all your woes, and I promise we'll do everything in our power to help you. I'm still not convinced of this focus business, but I accept your aid nonetheless. I will introduce you to the shipwright who's been maintaining the float these last few years. He's replaced both the eyes and the poles before, and he should know where and how to procure what we need. Then allow Alize and I to acquire the feathers. We will encourage the people of Hahnuhanu to gather and vie for the title of Winds Chosen by sharing with them our own reserves of mana. I'll go with you. I carry some alchemical brews that may afford the same effect. This is pretty cool, but I've definitely enjoyed the merchant thing from the other questline a little bit more. The three of us will visit the shipwright then. Not without me. I've worked hard to fix the float as best I can, and the responsibility is mine after all. I've not introduced myself, have I? My name is Hahnuhanu. Hahnuhanu, yeah, that's right. Nice to meet you, Hahnuhanu, and certainly, let's all go together. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to these two, then talk to Kryl, wrap this one up, and then we'll go ahead and take a quick break. To find myself working alongside the third promise herself is unexpected, to say the least. We're making progress now. The solution to Hahnuhanu's woes is as good as found. Thanks to Kozama'uka, we found ourselves a promising way forward. Experience and knowledge are valuable assets, but there is something to be said about following one's instincts. Oh cool, and I get some new boots.